Good afternoon, everybody. Michael Hudson, Managing Director of Southern Cross Gold. We're here at the RACV Club in Melbourne. We just held our annual general meeting. All motions passed successfully, but what was most important was we had some great shareholders, some that have been with us for a long time, attend the event. Lots of very interesting questions about where is the project going. A lot of love in the room for what's happened with the project, but more interest about where we're going. So we talked about our plans, the 200-kilometre drill out that we're well and truly underway, the potential decline that we're waiting for permitting on, and then the plans for that and the drill out that will come from that when and if that is successfully permitted. And then the regional exploration, not forgetting the regional exploration, of course, because that's a key part of any pre-development story, that we can continue to make it bigger, create that market value while we're drilling out and creating the fundamental value. So a successful event. We had our scrutineer and company secretary, corporate secretary from Vancouver attend via Zoom, and then a number of our key people around the project who are a wonderful team that is growing very quickly with us as well.
Southern Cross Gold Consolidated Ltd. My name is Thomas Eady, and I'm the non-executive chairman of the board.
Around that 10-gram head grade in the resource. I don't know too many that are singly owned now. Most of them have gone. We're building it. We're not here to be sold. We're building it. So it's much more than just a drill project, but on any metric around the drilling, it's getting better, and it should be getting better. Good deposits tend to get better when you understand them better. We know, and I'll talk to how it gets better at depth, as most of you know and understand. And if it's not getting better when you're trying to prove the thesis between two drill holes, then you've got a problem. So we wanted to see it get better, and that's what it is. And that hit rate of greater than 100-gram metre holes, about that. Lots of exploration upside, and you've heard we're focusing on that, not forgetting that. We've got a government that very much wants regional development, income, and companies that can operate in a Victorian way, and we've set our company continuously. We do have majority non-refractory gold, which is really great news. The old timers mined it because that was there, so it shouldn't surprise us, but it's about 80% metallic gold. We will have an antimony gold concentrate, and we're working a lot with partners around the world, including our own state government here, on finding a non-Chinese processing solution. Antimony is not like rare earths. Everyone thinks critical metals, strategic metals are rare earths. Rare earths are very difficult metals. There's a lot of detailed chemistry that you need to have a little spinny cap on. Antimony is like copper, lead, zinc. You grind it and you float it and you sell a concentrate, and then you roast it or you dissolve it hydrometallurgically. And that's pretty standard in the base metal business. Today, the market is dominated by China, and there's a great demand to have an alternative supply. Not supplant China, we'll never do that. It would be a fallacy to think that the West could ever take China on, but we need alternative supply chains. And if you can't get antimony right, you can't get any critical metal right. We'll add another 12 rigs underground, and that will make it the biggest drill out in Australia, if not the world, on a pre-development project. The closest to surface, higher grade is the way to drill down quickly in this deposit. And then, of course, we're extending it, and there's a hell of a lot more to come, you know, that we haven't drilled yet. And we found a new body here, it's called Apollo South. So there's, which is a sulfate con, which brings the arsenic down to very low levels in the antimony gold con, which is what we want to see. Looking at that core area over 1.2 kilometres down to 1 kilometre depth. And here's those old mines along the strike. We put 2.5 kilometres of drilling here, and we put 100 kilometres here. So, and this is where 80% of our drill budget is focused. This is where 20% of our drill budget is.
You nominate the 4 Victorian mines that have been permitted?
Victoria is open for business, and
Mike, question. With the decline,